Hey, goal-getters! Welcome to today's goal-getting quote of the day. I am Tony Woodall, your host here, and on Goal Getting Podcast Weekly Show, where I and my illustrious guests share tips, ideas, and inspiration to help you get the goals you set. I keep wanting to sing "Welcome Back" from Welcome Back, Kotter, but don't know that you would like me doing that. I might turn you off, or you might turn me off right away with my singing. But anyway, it does make me want to sing that because I'm glad to have you back, and I appreciate you guys listening to Goal Getting Podcast and the Goal Getting Podcast quote of the day. And I wanted to bring you this quote today from a fellow podcaster, Jared Lichtin. I was listening to Jared share some of his expertise on how he built his podcast to number one on iTunes and beyond. Now, Jared was the first guest that I interviewed on the Goal Getting Podcast. And Jared is the host of Flip with Jared Lichtin, a podcast where he walks you through on one of his houses that he's flipping as he's flipping it. And he walks you through the process. And he's a great guy, a fantastic teacher, and a phenomenal podcast host. As I said, he was number one on iTunes, new and noteworthy, in the investing category. Jason's quote I want to share today is, "Imperfect action is better than no action at all." And when I was listening to him today earlier, that's one of the quotes he mentioned, and I remembered that from my interview with him, so I wanted to make sure I put that out there for you today. Imperfect action is better than no action at all. And Jared explains on Goal Getting Podcast episode 12 what the quote means to him. And I'll provide a link to Jared's episode on the show notes page at goalgettingpodcast.com/QOD-26. That's QOD-26. So goalgettingpodcast.com/QOD-26. Or if you're listening on iTunes now, when you finish this quote of the day, you can click on down to episode 12 and start listening immediately. Now, the quote is pretty self-explanatory. It's better not to do it completely right than to not do it at all. And the key is to take action, folks. You have to get the ball rolling. You have to get started. It may be bumpy along the way, and you may mess up once in a while, and it may not be 100% your best, but it wouldn't ever be if you never start to begin with now, right? So what do you do first? You start. Now, speaking of action, I've put together the Goal Getter Action Plan Worksheet for you to start creating your goals and build the action plan to get started. Now, you can get your copy at goalgettingpodcast.com/action. That's goalgettingpodcast.com/action. There are actually 3 sections on that worksheet: the what, the how, which is the action plan, and the why. Again, the how is the action plan part. So don't get carried away with the worksheet. The key is to start. You can spend all your time researching and in motion, but you don't actually act on it. It's never going to get done. It's just words on the sheet of paper, And that's why we call the podcast Goal Getting Podcast, and the program Goal Getting. Don't just set them, get them, because we want you to do more than just set the goals. Too many people just set goals and never take the actions to get them. So you have to take the actions to get the goals that you set. So go out and take action, however imperfect it is, and get started, and you will be able to get closer to the goals. And, I hope my podcast has gotten better since it started with episode 000. You'll have to let me know, folks. Tell me or tweet me and tell me at @goalspodcast. Or you can go to our show notes page at goalgettingpodcast.com/QOD-26 to leave a comment and let me know how I'm doing. Is the show getting better? Do you like what you're hearing? It's up to you to tell me because, I think I'm doing okay, but, I want to hear from you. I've gotten a lot more listeners since I started the quote of the day, so I'm assuming that we're doing a good job here, but please let me know what you think, and also what are your goals and your passions, and how can we help you? So this is Tony Woodall, your host for Goal Getting Podcast and Goal Getting Quote of the Day. Go out and get the goals you set. Don't procrastinate, do. Go out, make today a great day.